So we have animal cells, animal tissue. We have epithelial cells or epithelial tissue, nerve cell, and then we have a muscle cell, connective tissue. So basically for animal tissue, we have 4 types: epithelial, nerve, muscle, and connective. And then for plant cell or plant tissue, we have meristem, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, and phloem. Okay. So animal tissue, we have epithelial tissue, nerve tissue, muscle tissue, and connective tissue. Okay, saya buat star lah Sekejap. Tak nampak, takut tak nampak. Okay. Yang famousnya, okay, yang macam favourite lah, tak famous lah. Yang favourite adalah epithelial tissue and muscle tissue. Okay, that favourite. And if I refer to last year, okay, last year punya soalan, last year punya PSPM, paper 1, last year dia keluar soalan pasal muscle tissue. Okay, dia keluar pasal muscle tissue. Berapa soalan untuk muscle tissue ni? 9 soalan structure, 9 markah soalan structure. Okay, alright, kita tengok dulu apa itu epithelial tissue. Okay, we're going to take a look what is epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue, it can be, this is the general, okay, this is general structure. Okay, this is the general structure of epithelial tissue. So the shape is polygonal. Okay, the shape is polygonal. The cell is arranged tightly packed together. Okay, the cell is arranged tightly packed together. Rapat-rapat lah. Dia tak ada intercellular air space. Okay, it is continuous layer. Okay, continuous layer, continuous sheet. The characteristics is the one surface will expose to air or fluid. Yeah.
Sorry ganggu, Afrina tak boleh masuk.
Afrina tak boleh masuk kenapa? Dia tahu tak kenapa? Internet ke?
Dia tengah asking to join.
Saya dah buat auto admit, so dia tak ada masalah untuk join sebab auto admit dah. Kejap Ni dia. Okay. Sepatutnya, okay, ya. Sebab saya dah start recording, saya dah start present, tak boleh. Okay, alright. Kejap. Sebelum ni tak ada kelas ke pukul 2-3? Ada. Oh, tapi ada yang masuk lambat, ada yang masuk awal Okay. Tak apa. Mungkin ialah nak pergi makan kejap ke, nak pergi toilet kejap ke, tak apa. Alright, so saya stop kat mana tadi? Ini characteristic, right? Okay. So one free surface of the layer is exposed to air. Okay, satu surface dia macam satu ni. Satu surface yang atas akan expose kepada udara ataupun cecair fluid, and the other surface will attach to the basement membrane. So another surface will attach to the basement membrane. So that is the characteristic of epithelial tissue. Okay, characteristics in general. Okay, characteristics in general. Sekejap, ada lagi ke yang nak masuk? Aduh lah. Salah. Okay, alright. Okay, classification. So, epithelial tissue can be divided into 2. Okay, it can be divided into 2. It can be classified based on the free surface, also can be classified as the cell layer. So kita boleh bahagikan epithelial tissue ni secara dia punya free surface and then the cell layer. Kalau untuk free surface, we have 3 types. We have squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. Okay, squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. Based on the cell layer, we have simple and stratified. Stratified maksudnya adalah bertingkat-tingkat, berlayer-layer. Itu dimaksudkan dengan stratified. Okay, so if it is one layer only, we have 3 types that we learn in our syllabus. The first one is simple squamous. Okay, simple squamous. You can see the shape for simple squamous. Okay, Then we have simple cuboidal, cube shape, and then simple columnar shape. Okay, columnar shape or elongated. Okay, and then for stratified, a few layers, we learn in our syllabus is stratified squamous. Okay, stratified squamous. Okay, squamous yang ni tapi berlayer-layer, berstratified. Okay, so we're going to take a look at simple squamous epithelial cell. Okay, simple squamous epithelial cell. So this is the structure. Okay, this is structure, distribution and functions. So in 2.3, cells are grouped into tissue. You need to know about structure and function. Selain awak kena tahu gambar, rupa dia macam mana, awak kena tahu dia punya structure and also the functions. Kalau saya tengok, saya tunjuk, nampak ke kalau saya tunjuk? Kalau saya tunjuk gambar ni nampak ke? Nampak ke? Tak nampak?
Tak.
Tak
nampak.
Okay, tak apa. Nanti saya bagi soalan. Okay, saya bagi contoh soalan. Saya bagi contoh soalan. Untuk soalan mungkin saya akan pilih soalan 19-20 kot. Okay, saya akan pilih soalan PSPM 19-20 untuk awak buat. Okay, soalan topik 2. Alright. Ni semut je kan. Okay. So, simple squamous epithelial cell is referred to single layer. Okay, satu. Sekarang kita tengah cerita pasal simple. So, bila simple, dia satu layer sahaja. Okay, simple. So, satu layer saja. Okay, single layer of cell attached to the basement membrane and it is thin and flattened. Okay, thin and flattened. Okay, nipis dan flatten lah, flatten. Kalau dalam exam, if you just write thin, tak tulis flatten, salah. Okay, kena tulis thin and flattens. Okay, macam fork and knife. Okay, fork and knife. Kena tulis thin and flatten, macam tu. Okay, thin and flatten with central nucleus. So it has nucleus located at the center. Right? So the function of simple squamous allow diffusion, okay, as a barrier, regulates movement of substances, okay, regulate movement of substances across it, okay, and then protects the underlying tissue. Okay, diffusion, barrier, and regulate movement and protect the underlying tissue. So the distribution of simple squamous is located in the lining of the alveoli, okay, the alveoli for gaseous exchange, okay, in our lungs. Okay, and then the mouth cavity, at the Bowman's capsule, the loop of Henle of the kidney, and lining of blood vessel and lymphatic vessel. Okay, so that is simple squamous, thin and flattened central nucleus. Then we move on to simple cuboidal. Simple cuboidal, sesuailah dengan nama dia cuboidal, the shape is cube. Okay, it has cube shape with central nucleus. Okay, cube shape with central nucleus. And some of simple cuboidal cell, they have microvilli. Some of them have microvilli. So whenever cell have microvilli, the function is for absorption. Okay, whenever the cell have microvilli, the function will be for absorption. So simple cuboidal function for secretion. Okay, kalau duduk dekat ducts, if the simple cuboidal epithelial tissue can be found at the lining of ducts and tubule, the function is for secretion. Okay, the function is for secretion, right? And also absorption. Okay, and then we have simple columnar. Simple columnar, of course, columnar shape. Okay, simple columnar shape. Yang specialnya dia ada oval nucleus near the basal end. Maksudnya nucleus dia duduk dekat bahagian bawah. Okay, oval nucleus near the basal end. And usually simple columnar associated with goblet cell. Okay, this is the goblet cell. Okay, usually the simple columnar always has goblet cell. And the function of goblet cell is to secrete mucus. Okay, untuk secrete mucus. Okay, to secrete mucus. And at apical surface of simple columna, some of them have cilia or some of them have microvilli. If the epithelial cell or epithelial tissue have cilia, it will help in the movement of mucus. Okay, it will help the movement of mucus. If the apical surface have microvilli, it will increase surface area for absorption. If the simple columna, some of them that associated with goblet cell, the function is to secrete mucus. Okay, all right. So this is the clear picture that show the simple columnar epithelial cell. Okay, you can see that this is columnar shape, oval nucleus near the basal end, and always associated with goblet cell, which function to secrete mucus. Some of them have cilia for movement, aid in movement, and some of them have villi for absorption. Okay. All right. Then we move on to stratified. Stratified bertingkat-tingkat. Okay. For stratified, it consists of several layers of cells thicker than simple epithelium. Okay. The lowest layer, cuboid shape. Okay. The lowest layer adalah cuboid shape. Bentuk cube shape. Okay. And then it is metabolically active. Division of lower cell causes the older one to be pushed upward. So basically, if you refer to this picture, okay, you can see that at the bottom one, at the cells that located at the bottom near the basement membrane, the shape is cube shape. Okay, the shape is cubic. Okay, the shape is cube. Okay, bentuk cube shape. Okay, and the one yang dekat atas adalah old cells. Okay, the one located near the basement membrane is the new cell. Okay, so what happen is this new cell will divide mitotically. Okay, the new cells will divide mitotically to produce new cells. Okay, dia akan divide. Bila dia divide, dia tolak ke atas. Yang lama tu dia tolak. Okay, jadilah macam ni, stratified. Okay, and as you can see, bila dia duduk ke atas ni, yang old ni dia punya shape adalah squamous. Okay, bentuk squamous. Yang bawah tu bentuk dia adalah cuboidal shape. Okay, so the distribution found where protection is required. Okay, tempat yang di mana protection diperlukan, tempat itulah yang akan ada stratified. Okay, sel dia, tissue dia berstratified. Lining of mouth, esophagus, anus, vagina, skin. Okay, the function is to act as protective layer in areas of higher friction. Okay, dia sebagai protective layer. Okay, so this is just overview ataupun summary. Okay, this is a summary on 3 simple epithelial tissue and 1 stratified epithelial tissue. Okay. Ada soalan setakat ni? Kanak-kanak, ada soalan?
Tak ada.
Sure tak ada? Senang kan sebab tu tak ada kan? Okay, tak apa. Alright, kita pergi kepada nerve cell or neuron. Okay, nerve cell, neuron consists of cell body, dendrites, axon. Okay, ini awak dah belajar dah. Saya ulang balik je. Okay, saya ulang balik je. So saya cerita balik lah apa yang awak dah belajar ni. So neuron kita ada 3 jenis. We have 3 types. We have sensory, we have motor neuron, we have interneuron. This is the structure of a nerve cell, of neurons. Okay, you can see it has dendrites. Okay, it has dendrite, axon of another neuron, it has cell body, it has nodes of Ranvier, it has myelin sheath, it has dendrites of another neuron. Okay, inilah yang saya highlight ni. Ni yang saya nak cerita kejap lagi. Okay, nodes of Ranvier, myelin sheath. Okay, function of neuron. Okay, each type of neuron, motor neuron, interneuron, sensory neuron has its own function. Okay, for motor neuron, it will transmit nerve impulse from the central nervous system to the motor organs or effector, usually muscle or gland. So motor neuron will transmit nerve impulse from the CNS, central nervous system, which include our brain and also our spinal cord. So it will transmit the impulse from brain and spinal cord to our organ, to our effectors. Okay, that is motor neuron. For sensory neuron, it will transmit impulse from sensory receptor to CNS. Okay, so kita sensory receptor, jari kita, contoh kita pegang benda panas. Okay, benda panas atau benda sejuk, okay, that receptor, that impulse will transfer to our brain. So that impulse is sensory neuron. That neuron is sensory neuron. And then we have interneuron, transmit impulse from one neuron to another. So sebenarnya kan tak penting sangat pun function of neuron ni. Okay, tak penting. Saya cakap siap-siap tak penting sangat. Okay, neuroglial cell. Okay, neuroglial cell is supporting cells for the nerve tissue. Okay, supporting cell for the nerve tissue do not conduct electrical impulses, provide support, protection, nourishment for the neuron. For example, Schwann cell that produce myelin sheath. Okay, Schwann cell. Schwann cell adalah sel yang akan hasilkan myelin sheath. This one, ni myelin sheath. This is Schwann cell. Okay, Schwann cell, it will produce myelin sheath. Yang ni, myelin sheath. Okay, dalam tu myelin sheath. Okay, yang ni kita panggil myelin sheath lah ni, myelin sheath. Okay, myelin sheath. Alright, apa yang saya nak cakap tadi? Okay, myelin sheath. Function myelin sheath ni, okay, untuk speed up the transmission of impulse. Okay, to speed up the transmission of impulse. Maksudnya apa untuk speed up the transmission of impulse ni, Jaslina? Apa maksud speed up transmission of impulse? Jaslina?
Dia speed up kita punya yang impulse tu transfer ke other place tu.
Okay, maksudnya kalau dekat sini dia lalu dekat mana? Impulse tu akan lalu dekat mana, Jaslina?
Ada yang dia lompatkan tu.
Pandai. Nasib awak ingat lagi. Bagus. Coordination kan? Yeah. But thank you, Jess. Macam Jess cakap, kalau ada myelin sheath, electrical impulse tu dia akan lompat. Tengok, dia still ingat. Lompat. Okay, lompat. Okay, dia lompat. Electrical impulse tu akan jump. Dia hanya akan lalu dekat nodes of Ranvier sahaja. Dia tak akan lalu dekat myelin sheath. Why? Because myelin sheath is electrical insulator. Okay, dia adalah electrical insulator. So dia tak akan bagi elektrik lalu. So dia hanya akan bagi elektrik lalu dekat area yang tak ada myelin sheath. Itulah cara macam mana myelin sheath boleh, dengan adanya myelin sheath, transmission of impulse akan jadi lebih cepat. Okay, so what happen is dia impulse tu akan lalu dekat nodes of Ranvier sahaja. Okay, the small uncovered parts of the axon between the Schwann cell, which serve as sites for accelerating an impulse. Okay, alright. Then kita pergi kepada muscle tissue. Okay, saya bagi star kat sini sebab saya antara soalan last year, soalan batch 2021 PSPM paper 1, paper 2. Tak ada paper 1, paper 2 lah. Okay, 3 type of muscle tissue. Smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle. Okay, smooth, skeletal, cardiac. Okay, apa yang awak kena tahu pasal muscle tissue ni? Dia punya rupa dia macam mana? Okay, macam mana dia punya rupa? Okay, apa dia punya structure? Kena tahu structure apa dia ada, orang ni ada, muscle A ada, muscle B tak ada. Apa smooth muscle ada tapi skeletal tak ada. Apa cardiac muscle ada tapi skeletal tak ada. Macam tu. Okay, basically this question will ask you not basically, usually the question asks you to differentiate. Okay, kalau soalan level tinggi sikit, soalan C3, mungkin soalan akan suruh awak differentiate. Okay, differentiate. Selalu soalan yang bawah-bawah, soalan 3 markah. Alright. And then of course you need to know the functions. Okay, structure, function. Itu je yang kita tahu untuk chapter 2 ni. Alright, smooth muscle. Smooth muscle, it is single cell. Okay, single cell ini adalah smooth muscle. Single cell, and then it has nucleus located at the center. It has elongated spindle shape. Elongated spindle shape. Macam tu. Elongated spindle shape. Tengok rupa dia. Elongated spindle shape yang ada juga pointed end. Okay, dia punya hujung tu macam tajam sikit kan. Pointed end. Macam nak padam ni, buruk sangat. Padam lah. Okay. Dia ada pointed end. Okay, nucleus at the center, elongated spindle shape, pointed end, and then it is the only muscle yang unstriated. Okay, the only muscle it is unstriated. That's why we call that as smooth muscle. Semua cantik, flawless muscle ni, flawless. Dia tak ada striated. Striated tu maksudnya dia tak ada jalur-jalur. Kalau kita tengok skeletal, skeletal macam ni. Skeletal dia ada jalur tu. Itu kita panggil sebagai striated. Okay. Kalau smooth muscle, dia tak ada. Okay, the only muscle that is unstriated. That's why we call that as unstriated. That's why we call that as smooth muscle. Okay, unstriated. Oh, the distribution line the walls of digestive tract, urinary bladder, uterus, blood vessel, and also the function is responsible for involuntary activities. Okay, for example, involuntary activities adalah peristalsis. Okay, peristalsis in digestive tract. So, bila kita makan, contoh kata, dah lunch ke semua? Dah lunch ke?
Dah.
Belum.
Kesiannya siapa belum tu?
Belum.
Ya Allah, kesiannya. Okay, tak apa, kita saya try tak buat sampai pukul 4. Okay. Kesian tak makan lagi, Allah. Okay, siapa yang makan tadi? Okay, siapa yang dah makan? Okay, peristalsis. Peristalsis adalah movement of food. So dekat digestive tract awak ataupun dekat sini pun dah ada apa makanan akan bergerak ke bawah, dia pergi ke digestive tract. Okay, smooth intestine. Okay, dia akan pergi situ. Dia akan contract for long period without fatigue. Okay, itu adalah function untuk smooth muscle. Okay. Okay, untuk skeletal muscle, skeletal of course lah, skeletal ni adalah muscle yang attached to our bone. Okay, muscle that attached to our bone. So you can see that the structure is cylindrical. Okay, dia cylindrical, very long muscle called fiber. Okay, very long muscle called fiber. Long cylindrical shape. Okay, it also has many nucleus. Okay, many nucleus in each cell located below the plasma membrane. So you can see that, okay, in this diagram, you can see that the nucleus is located near to the plasma membrane. Dia macam malu lah. Nucleus untuk skeletal ni, untuk skeletal muscle ni macam segan. Dia tak duduk tengah-tengah. Dia macam malu duduk kat tepi macam tu. Okay, duduk kat tepi plasma membrane. Okay. It contain many protein fibers called myofibril. This is myofibril. Okay, myofibril. Kiranya, okay. Alright. So as I said, it has many nucleus, multinucleated, located below plasma membrane. The muscle, okay, the plasma membrane. Allah, kejap saya mute dulu. The plasma membrane of the muscle, okay, the plasma membrane of the muscle, we call that as sarcolemma. Okay, plasma membrane of the muscle, we call that as sarcolemma. Cytoplasm of muscle, we call that as sarcoplasm. Okay, sarcoplasm. Okay, and skeletal muscle, striated muscle with myofibril. Maksudnya berjalur-jalur macam ni lah. Jalur macam ni. Okay, striated muscle with myofibril. Each cell divided into unit. Ini soalan last year. Soalan PSPM 2021 soalan 2B. Dia tanya, What is the functional unit for muscle contraction in A? Ini jawapan dia. The functional unit of muscle contraction adalah sarcomere. Okay, sarcomere. Awak akan jumpa lagi sarcomere ni dalam chapter 10, coordination SEM 2 nanti. Okay, sarcomere. So sarcomere ni adalah functional unit for muscle contraction. Maksudnya functional unit tu adalah benda yang paling kecil. Muscle kita besar, okay, and then kita ada dia punya muscle kita besar, okay, kita punya organ, kita punya organ, tissue, okay. Lepas tu kita ada sel. Dalam tu kita ada lagi sarcomere, okay, dia punya functional unit, okay. That functional unit consists of filaments, actin and myosins, okay. Actin and myosin. Actin and myosin ni dia akan disusun. Bila dia disusun dengan cantik, dia akan memberi light and dark bands. Ada tak tunjuk? Tak ada. Okay, tak apa. Nanti kita belajar SEM 2. Okay, dia akan give light and dark bands. Tak berapa penting yang tu nanti kita cerita SEM 2. So distribution attached to the skeleton. Okay, our muscle attached to muscle tissue attached to the skeleton, of course yang ni. Okay, function for voluntary activities. Okay, movement of the skeleton and organs. Okay, powerful rapid contraction, fatigue quickly. Okay, voluntary activities. Okay, contoh kita gerak-gerak tangan lah. Okay, contoh kalau kita gerak-gerak tangan so akan cepat letih. Okay, cepat letih. Okay. Cardiac muscle adalah masa yang last kali. Cardiac muscle. Of course kalau cardiac ni refer kepada apa? Cardiac refer kepada apa? Nampak tak tangan saya tengah apa?
Jantung.
Yes, pandai. Tengok, kita boleh main game. Heart. Okay, heart. Cardiac refer kepada heart. Cardiac muscle. Okay, cardiac muscle tissue ataupun cardiac muscle, it is located at the wall of the heart. Okay, located at the wall of the heart. Okay, the structure, it is elongated cylindrical branch. Okay, kalau you tengok dia punya structure tu elongated cylindrical. Macam skeletal tadi kan. Tapi yang specialnya dia ada branching. Okay, dia ada branching. And lagi satu benda yang special cardiac muscle ni, dia ada intercalated disc. Okay, dia ada intercalated disc. And the function of intercalated disc is to spread impulse rapidly from cell to cell during heartbeat. Okay, that is the function of intercalated disc. Okay, to spread impulse rapidly from cell to cell during heartbeat. Okay, saya bagi star, tolong ingat. Okay, yang ni, ini adalah intercalated disc. Supaya jantung kita senanglah nak hantar signal. Okay, senang nak hantar signal. Okay, during heartbeat. Satu, macam heartbeat kita bunyi macam mana? Heartbeat kita bunyi macam mana?
Lap-dap.
Tak diduk. Dugun-dugun. Macam mana?
Letap.
Lap-dap.
Lap-dap. Pandai. Okay, kalau budak sains, yes. Lap-dap. Okay, lap-dap. That's how our heart beating. Okay, lap-dap. Lap tu disebabkan bunyi apa? What is the cause? What is the... Okay, how does lap produce? How does lap sound produce? Closing off?
against.
Okay, saya ada dengar dua jawapan. Blood recoils. Okay, blood recoils again. Again the what?
Closing of AV valve.
Closing of AV valve. Very good. Okay, closing of AV valve. Blood recoil. Okay, blood recoil against the AV valve and then closing the of AV valve. Okay, tak payahlah cerita detail sangat, SEM 2 nanti belajar. Okay, kita ada central nucleus. Okay, nucleus dia tak malu, duduk tengah-tengah. Dia extrovert, nucleus dia. And of course, it has striation because of myofibril, but shorter and narrower than skeletal muscle. Okay, that is cardiac muscle. So this is our heart. This is our heart looks like. Okay, this is cardiac muscle. This is intercalated disc. Okay, jangan confuse intercalated disc dengan branching. Okay, that is intercalated disc. Okay, function, involuntary activities. Contraction of muscle is for pumping of blood through the heart. Okay, untuk involuntary activities, kita tak boleh control kita punya, nak berhenti kejap lah, kejap nak berhenti kejap. Kita punya our heart, tak boleh. Okay, yang kalau, okay, kalau yang tiba-tiba jantung kita berdegup laju tu sebab apa? Sebab apa? Selalunya kalau awak pernah tak jantung awak berdegup dengan laju? Sebab apa selalunya?
Sebab takut.
Takut kenapa? Kreatina ke tu?
Tak tahu. Takut get
Takut kena
results or
present.
something.
Yes, sebab takut. Okay, sebab takut. Lagi bila masa kita punya jantung berdegup dengan laju? Cuba crash.
Nervous.
Berlari. Okay, berlari boleh. Lagi, jumpa crush. Crush lalu dekat kafe A, kafe B, kafe D. Okay, lagi. Sebab apa?
Bayar hutang oksigen.
Bayar hutang oksigen. Okay, yes, berlari. Bila berlari, kita akan melakukan anaerobic respiration, bayar hutang oksigen, pandai. Jawapan tu level tinggi. Lagi satu, boleh tak? Pernah demam tak? Of course pernah demam, kan? Pernah demam tak?
Pernah.
Okay. Pernah demam. Bila demam, jantung awak akan beat dengan laju, kan? Beat dengan laju. Okay, jantung awak akan berdegup dengan laju. Itu bukanlah kita yang suruh dia laju, kita suruh dia slow, tak. Itu disebabkan hormon. Okay, itu disebabkan itu disebabkan hormon. Ataupun contoh tadi kalau macam temperature sebab hormon apa tak ingat lah. Aduh, tak ingat. Temperature, kalau temperature naik, okay, kita punya body temperature naik, kita punya jantung akan berdegup dengan laju. Contoh kalau macam apa tadi Kitina, you punya jawapan tadi mula-mula?
Takut.
Takut.
Adrenaline, I guess.
Yes, dia akan keluarkan satu hormon bagi takut. So kalau you tengah yelah crush lalu, okay, tengah suka, jantung degup laju. Itu pun hormon, semua hormon. Okay, itu bukanlah voluntary activities, itu adalah involuntary activities. Alright, and our heart is myogenic. Myogenic maksudnya it have own built-in system of control to generate contraction. Dia tak perlukan arahan daripada brain untuk dia start contraction. Dia ada dia punya sistem. Okay, apa nama sistem tu? Start dengan huruf S. Start dengan huruf S. Anyone?
Sinoatrial
Yeah. Sinoatrial node.
node.
Right. SA node. Sinoatrial node, SA node. SA node is our pacemaker. Pacemaker of the heart. Okay, so it has its own system to generate contraction. Okay, it is long refractory period and does not fatigue. Okay, dia tak letih. Okay, pernah ke dengar kita punya ni letih? Connective tissue. Okay, connective tissue part yang bukan paling tak suka lah, tapi paling bagi saya paling yang tak best connective tissue ni. Okay, untuk blood awak baca sendiri. Okay, blood awak baca sendiri. Saya akan terangkan dua saja, compact bone and hyaline cartilage. Kenapa saya harus suruh baca sendiri? Sebab blood ni awak dah pernah belajar satu hal. And lagi pun sepanjang saya kenal matrik lah, daripada saya student matrik. Okay, berapa belas tahun, 10-11 tahun lepas, sampailah sekarang tak ada lagi soalan blood pernah keluar. Okay, so kita study smart, not study hard. Yeah, I prefer you to read on your own, but I won't discuss in class. I just discuss compact bone and hyaline cartilage. Boleh ke?
Boleh.
Kalau semua boleh baru saya okey je. Kalau ada seorang tak boleh, maksudnya saya kena cerita lah. Boleh tak?
Boleh je.
Semua okey? Okay, nice.
Boleh.
Okay, ya dah. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Compact bone and hyaline cartilage, okay, our connective tissue. Function to protect, support the body and internal organs. Okay. This is our compact bone. Siapa pernah accident and then patah tulang tak dalam kelas ni? Tak ada.
Tak
Tak
ada.
ada. Oh, tak ada. Okey, bagus. Okey, tak ada. Okey. Nantilah tiba-tiba kan. Na'udzubillah, tapi tak naklah benda tu berlaku. Tapi katakanlah awak pernah encounter ataupun siapa-siapa keluarga yang terdekat bila jari tak pun macam mana patah kan, bila contoh jari patah, dia akan keluar darah juga kan. Okay, keluar darah. Our bone, kita punya bone ni pun ada dia punya blood vessel. Okay, nanti kita tengok kat mana blood vessel tu duduk. Dia duduk kat dalam lagi. Okay, so this is our structure of compact bone. Kena tulis perkataan compact. Okay, compact bone. Okay, it has osteon. Okay, osteon. Satu ni kita panggil dia sebagai osteon. So satu ni adalah osteon. Okay. Osteon is at the center of osteon it has central canal. Okay. Central canal which consists of blood vessel and nerve. Okay. Blood vessel and nerve. So dalam tu ada blood vessel, ada nerve. Okay. Osteon satu bulat tu. Tengah-tengah dia ada central canal. Yang dalam tu ada blood vessel and nerve. Okay. It also has matrix. Okay, yang kalau kuning-kuning tu itu adalah matrix. Okay, matrix. Okay, that matrix is consist of hydroxyapatite plus collagen. Dalam hydroxyapatite ni ada apa? Calcium, phosphate, magnesium. Udah, kenapa dia jadi macam ni? Tak nak. Sky. Okay, mana hilang? Alright. Okay, so dia dalam matrix tu dia diperbuat daripada apa? Awak kena tahu. Okay, where is my highlighter? Okay, ni dalam central canal ada Volkmann canal. V huruf besar V huruf besar. V tak ada huruf kecil. V huruf besar. Dalam central canal ada Volkmann canal. Kiranya kalau kita tengok pada atas, kita tak nampak Volkmann canal tu. Kita hanya akan nampak central canal lah tengah-tengah. Okay, dengan osteon. Kalau tengok daripada atas, okay, kita tak boleh nampak Volkmann canal. Volkmann canal adalah tengah-tengah ni. This is Volkmann canal. Dia dekat dalam. So bila contohnya, ayah saya pernah accident motor tau. Jari dia patah. Darah semua. Bukan putus tau, tapi patah. So dia macam keluar darah. Macam wondering lah darah tu datang daripada mana. Masa tu saya dah belajar matrik, so saya tahulah okay, Volkmann canal macam tu. Okay, so Volkmann canal adalah tempat di mana dalam tu ada blood vessel and it will connect the central canal of adjacent osteon to each other. Maksudnya dia macam laluan untuk connectkan satu central canal kepada satu central canal. Okay, boleh ke setakat ni?
Boleh.
Okay, nice.
Boleh.
Okay.
Madam.
Ya, Jude.
Can
Jude,
you tell
kan?
me the difference? Yes.
Yes, I recognize your voice. Yeah.
What is the difference between osteon and mineralized matrix?
Okay, osteon is okay. If you refer to this diagram, we have 3 osteon. 1, 2, 3. Macam satu sistem. Satu Haversian system. Yang satu sistem yang di mana dia ada osteon, dia ada matrix, dia ada lacuna, dia ada canaliculi, dia ada Volkmann canal. Kalau matrix, contoh dia macam, matrix ni macam dia punya cytoplasm. Cecair dalam tu. Boleh tak? Nampak tak analogi? Nampak tak? Dia punya...
Okay,
kan?
madam.
Boleh ke, Jude?
Can, madam. Can.
Yeah, osteon is one system. Okay, one system. Macam ni lah, macam pokok. Okay, satu pokok. And setiap pokok tu akan ada cytoplasm. Contoh, akan ada matrix. Sama juga macam bone. Dia ada satu osteon. Setiap osteon akan ada dia punya matrix. Okay. Alright, dah. Okay. Okay ke?
Okay, madam.
Okay, nice. Alright. Okay, then kita ada lacuna ataupun lacune. Lacune. Sorry, banyak term yang baru kot ataupun term yang awak akan dengar lagi. Okay, lacuna ataupun lacune. This is lacuna and lacune. Ataupun lacune. Lacuna, singular plural. Okay, spaces between lamella. Okay, spaces between lamella surrounded by hard matrix. Okay, this kita boleh nampak kat sini ada dua lakuna. Okay, dua lakuna. Dua. Okay, lakuna itu plural. Lakuna singular. Lakune plural. So kita ada dua lakune. Okay, satu, dua. Dua lakune tu di-connect. Okay, it is connected by canaliculi. Okay, canaliculi. Dua lakune, kan ni kan kita ada dua lakune. Actually kita banyak lakune. Kalau tengok kat sini kita ada banyak. Okay, merah-merah tu. Kan merah-merah kan. Yang macam jalur-jalur itu adalah lakune. Okay, so lakune tu, it is connected by, kalau it is connected by canaliculi. Okay, it is connected by canaliculi. Okay, kenapa kena ada kenapa kena ada canaliculi ni? Canaliculi. Okay, why we need to have canaliculi? Because it will allow to supply of nutrients. Okay, it will allow supply of nutrients. Okay, it will allow supply of nutrients for osteocyte. Yang ni. Kalau jalur macam jari-jari merah tu kan, yang ni. Jari-jari merah tu kan, macam urat-urat merah tu kan, itu adalah canaliculi. Okay, kalau macam ini, itu adalah lacuna. Kalau macam ini adalah canaliculi. Okay, alright. Osteocyte adalah bone cell. Okay, sel ni, bone kita ni ada dia punya sel. Kita panggil dia sebagai osteocyte. Then, osteoblast. Okay, bawah ni adalah osteoblast. Tak nampak Osteoblast adalah bone forming cell. Okay, function, of course, it give body shape, provide framework for support, protect the internal organ, provide surface for attachment of skeletal muscle, act as reservoir for calcium and phosphorus, site for blood cell production in the bone marrow. So these are the function, ada 5 function. Okay, then kita pergi kepada hyaline cartilage. Okay, hyaline. Kena tulis perkataan hyaline ni. Okay, hyaline cartilage. Okay, cartilage, kita punya cartilage dekat badan kita, cartilage duduk dekat mana? Dekat hidung. Okay, dekat telinga. And then between the bones. Okay, cartilage can be found in that area. Okay, dia tak ada tulang lah. Okay, dia macam lembik-lembik macam tu kan. Cartilage. Okay, this is cartilage. Okay, pink ni adalah cartilage. Pink ni ada apa? Okay, dia ada chondroblast. Sama juga dia adalah cartilage cell. Kalau tadi kita ada osteocyte, osteoblast. Yang ni pun kita ada chondroblast. Nanti dia akan jadi, bila dah tua, masa lahir-lahir nama dia chondroblast. Bila dah tua nanti dia akan dipanggil sebagai chondrocyte. Later it will become chondrocyte. And that chondrocyte is located inside lacuna. Okay, the chondrocyte is located inside lacuna. So this is lacuna. Okay, yang ni, pink ni, okay, itu adalah lacuna. Okay, ataupun lacunae plural. Okay, as you can see, this lacunae is not connected. Okay, untuk cartilage, lacunae dia tak bersambung-sambung. Dia duduk sorang-sorang. Okay, dia introvert. Kau duduk sini satu, kau duduk sini satu, kau duduk sini satu. Dia tak ada connection. Dia tak ada canaliculi. Okay, the lacunae is surrounded by capsule. Okay, lacunae is surrounded by capsule. And of course, our cartilage consists of matrix, and that matrix is known as chondrine. Okay, matrix. Matrix tu dipanggil sebagai chondrine. And chondrine tu diperbuat daripada apa? Diperbuat daripada chondroitin sulfate and collagen. Siapa yang hasilkan matrix ni? Chondroblast. Okay, chondroblast yang hasilkan. Okay, it makes the cartilage strong but flexible. Kalau you pergi Watson later, not later lah, kalau soon kata Cempo dah habis contohnya, pergi Watson ataupun Guardian. Kalau you tengok dekat area pill tu, area bahagian farmasi tu, you akan nampak a few bottle yang tablet dia tulis chondroitin sulfate ataupun chondroitin. Okay, itu adalah ubat yang untuk tambahkan cartilage dalam badan. Okay, especially untuk orang-orang tua lah. Sebab apa? Cartilage ni duduk dekat antara bones. Okay, between the bones. So what happen is, as we grow older, Okay, as we grow older, the cartilage will, the concentration, no, not concentration, the amount of cartilage will be reduced. So when the amount of cartilage will reduce, so the friction between the bones will be increased. Okay, sebab tu lah yang sakit lutut tu. Okay, kalau awak tengok orang tua kan, tak payah orang tua lah, mak ayah saya pun sakit lutut. Sebab apa? Sebab dah tak ada. Dia punya cartilage tu dah berkurang. Okay, so these are the functions. Okay, you can see that there are 3 functions of hyaline cartilage. Okay, ada apa-apa nak tanya tak setakat ni? Apa tak nak tanya? Okay ke?
Madam,
Ya.
can I say that the lacunae will become bigger and bigger when we have osteoporosis?
Can you say?
Can I say that the lacunae becomes bigger when we have osteoporosis?
Lacunae lacunae tak akan jadi bigger. Okay. Are you referring to the compact bone?
Yes, madam.
Lacunae dia tak akan jadi bigger. The osteoporosis due to the lack of calcium, if I'm not mistaken. Lacunae dia tak akan jadi bigger. Lacunae tak membesar. Dia tak membesar. Ya, Jude?
Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay. Blood awak baca sendiri. Senang. Awak tengok je cerita anime tu. Anime apa? Cell at Work tu. Awak tengok. Boleh awak faham kan blood ni apa benda. Okay. Cell at Work. Dah ada season 2 dah. Tak tahulah, memang dah ada dah kot season 2 tu. Boleh keluar kat Netflix. Okay. Plant tissue. Okay, for plant tissue, I will not discuss everything on plant tissue by today. Mungkin saya akan discuss tak kat sini je kot. Tak kat lateral meristem ni je. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma ni kita sambung hari Rabu ni. Okay, sebab banyak benda kita nak cerita. Okay, sebab apa? Lagipun awak dah lapar, ada yang dah lapar, tak lunch lagi, nanti pergi makan. Saya overview saja. Okay. Plant tissue kita ada meristem tissue, kita ada permanent tissue. Meristem kita ada apical, kita ada lateral. Okay, bahagian atas, bahagian bawah. Apical meristem, lateral meristem. Permanent tissue kita ada ground tissue. Ground tissue kita ada 3 yang kita akan belajar, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay. Vascular tissue untuk transport, xylem, phloem. Yang saya bulatkan tu adalah part yang penting dalam plant tissue ni. Sama juga apa yang awak kena tahu rupa dia macam mana, gambar structure functions. 3 tu awak dah faham and then awak pegang 3 tu, insya-Allah awak boleh jawab dengan cemerlang. Okay? Kita pergi kepada meristem tissue. Okay, meristem tissue composed of cell whose function form new cell by mitotic division. Mitotic division nanti kita belajar topik 3. Kalau sempat Rabu ni kita masuk topik 3. Okay? Meristem tissue, the structure is small, thin wall, central large nucleus, then cytoplasm, small vacuole. The cell shape is rectangular. Okay, arrangement of cells closely packed, no intercellular airspace. Kalau kita tengok, kita ada apical meristem, kita ada lateral meristem. Untuk apical meristem, kita ada root tip, shoot tip. Okay, bahagian root, bahagian shoot. Apical meristem ni lah tempat yang di mana mitosis akan berlaku secara frequently. Mitosis. Okay. Topik 3 ni kita akan belajar pasal cell division. Okay, nanti kita akan awak akan tengoklah benda-benda ni. Alright, lateral meristem cell stem tissue yang ni lah. 2 types of meristem, kita ada apical meristem. As I said, the distribution is at the shoot apex and the root tips. Function for primary growth. So bila primary growth untuk membesar, bila membesar mestilah berlaku cell division. Okay, cell division akan berlaku dekat sini. Okay, lateral meristem in the older stems. Okay, in the older stems, roots of woody plants. Function responsible for secondary growth. Okay, to increase the diameter of stems and roots. Right? Okay. Boleh ke? Boleh? Okay. Ada soalan tak setakat ni? Soalan tak? Tak ada? Tak ada bagus. Okay. So, ada orang bagi mesej. Siapa ni? Bagi mesej kat saya ni. Siapa ni? Bagi mesej kat saya ni. Gambar profile picture I love you. Siapa? Tak mengaku pula. Okay, tak apa. Nanti I reply Nanti saya reply. Sebab in the middle of class. Alright, apa nak cakap tadi? Udah lupa. Apa saya nak cakap? Okay, tak apalah, tak ingat. Okay, nak cakap apa? Okay. Oh, okay. Untuk parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Boleh tak? Okay, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Lepas tu kita ada xylem, kita ada phloem. Boleh tak saya nak select 5 orang untuk present? Boleh ke?
Bila madam?
Bila hari Rabu ni lah. Lama pula. Ha? Okay, kita tak buat ni lah, kita tak buat individual. Saya bagi kepada 3 grup. Okay, saya bagi not 3, 5 grup. Kita start dengan H6T4A dulu. A ke H6T4B? Kejap. Nak A ke B? A ke B? Ha? Sekejap, korang ni ada berapa orang 28 28, 5. Okay. 5 grup. 1 grup 3 orang. Okay, so kita ada parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem. 1 grup 3 orang. So kita ambil A dulu ke B dulu? Nak mana ni?
A dulu lah madam.
A.
Okay, A dulu. Boleh? Boleh ke?
Boleh madam.
Saya salah kelas tu.
Ha?
Boleh.
Boleh?
Tak boleh. B.
Boleh ke?
Boleh. So nak saya bahagikan macam mana? Awak nak cari geng sendiri ke atau saya bagi nama terus?
Madam bagi nama.
Madam bagi nama lah.
Okay, saya bagi nama Okay. Nanti kita akan buat lah hari Rabu ni, kita akan buat. Saya nak tengok awak cakap macam mana. Okay, saya nak tengok. Memang saya dah tengok lah flip grade tu. Ada yang saya dah tengok, ada yang belum tengok lagi. Tapi just nak tengok awak cakap macam mana and nak gain confidence lah kot. Okay, kita nak tengok. Muat bila muat? Muat bila? Kanak-kanak muat bila? Tak tahu muat bila?
Next week.
Next week kau gila betul?
Next year.
Bila balik college tu?
Next year lambat lagi. Boleh tak apa? Kita practice daripada sekarang. How to speak. Gitu. How to speak. How to speak in front of our class. Okay? Boleh Alright.
Malu.
So saya apa dia? Afrina?
Malu madam.
Malu. Tak apa. Kita practice. Tak apa. Ke macam mana? Nak ke tak ni? Tak nak tak apa je. Saya je explain.
Okay je. Boleh madam.
Okay, Mila.
Boleh?
Boleh.
Kita try. Nanti kita bagi macam mana? Kesian lah pula korang ni. Macam mana Okay, tak apalah. Boleh tak kita postpone? Boleh ke?
Boleh.
Boleh je, madam.
Laju je.